Welcome to Miss Dragon's Menagerie. Everyone is welcome, everyone is accepted. The only requirement is that you are loving, kind, and respectful to one another. Bad behavior will not be tolerated.
Hello, everyone. Oh, I don't have my Fitbit on. How's everyone's day going? Hey, 7th. What's shaking? How's everyone's day going? Hopefully, it's a little bit better than mine. But I have a small problem with I don't have any sound on my Switch when I connect it to the TV. Ahoy, ahoy. I don't know how to connect. Oh, good. They'll be back in the dentist. It just dawned on me as I watched myself smile at the heck that I got a cavity right here. And when I stopped by the office, they were closed until through today. So tomorrow morning I have to tell them. Hey, Sunrise, how are you? It was a busy, well, I call it a busy morning for me, but not everybody's mornings is like mine. I had to figure out a way to get my Switch. Oh, isn't it nice how they do that? Hey, Mike, how goes it? Or Cindy, I don't know exactly which one I'm talking to. I don't know exactly which one at this end I'm talking to, but how you doing? Oh, and yeah, I don't know how that works. How to change? I it took me a while to be able to just limit myself down to one name because I always wanted a last name. So it took me a while to figure that one out. But I hope everyone's day's going well. Like I said, mine to you. Okay, I will. I will. And there's something in the back of my mind I've been wanting to email you about, and right now I can't remember why. It's gonna drive me bananas. But yeah. This morning, the 9-year-old was on my Switch yesterday. She had the headphones on. She didn't have it in the dock. Uh Blessings to you guys. Love you both. I have brought up your guys' name up here a couple of times. You and who's the other name I brought up frequently? Uh Diamond. Oppenheimer Ranch. I bring up you guys and him, and then occasionally Skizzle. Yeah, I watch weird random shit online. But I don't know what she did. I couldn't get my Ring Fit to make any sound on the TV. She took it out of the dock, worked great, had sound. Put it into the dock to put it to the TV. I got nothing. I don't know what the deal is. I tried to connect it to my sound bar. The switch wouldn't read my sound bar. Finally had to break out my old, that's got to be a good 7-year-old JBL charged speaker, put it up by the TV, got it to recognize that speaker so I could at least get some noise. And I really don't need noise, but it's kind of nice to hear, great job. You're doing good. Those kind of little motivational things as you're exercising. But hopefully, when she gets here today, I can ask her what um what'd you do? I couldn't figure anything out online. I cleaned all the connections. With rubbing alcohol, no nada. So I went on to eBay and bought another docking station for $25. But hey, Trish, how are you? So I had to buy. I mean, I didn't have to. but I prefer having my sound through the TV, not a speaker. And I thought, well, if it's not that, I can just, I don't know, sell it to GameStop. So if they're still open in Yakima. It's a really good question. I don't know. But that took a good half hour to finally sit there and go to figure it out. At least I could hear some. I didn't want to wear headphones. Sitting there running in place with headphones. Yeah, they both my ear hole. No, they don't fit anyway because my ear holes are so small. Yes, I've tried turning it off and turning it on again, but I don't know what happened. So I'm gonna let the 9-year-old go here. Fix it. You did it. Fix it. She'll probably look at me and go, I don't know what I did. I'm like, I don't know. So, if it's the new docking station, I'm, only out $25 as opposed to buying another one. I know there's another Switch coming out. I guess the controller pieces are going to be different. But I'm not sure. But if I have to buy another one, they're going to play with the old one because they ain't touching the good one. Kids are hard on stuff. When mine were younger, I think they didn't get a cell phone till the oldest was in 9th grade. And he was responsible with that. And then he decided he wanted a BlackBerry, and I paid for the next, I think, 8 years or so the charge for a BlackBerry because he got rid of the BlackBerry, but I didn't notice that if you don't have the BlackBerry, you still get charged. But MP3 players, those out the door. I mean, he'd take it to school. I mean, one of the first kids in the area to have an MP3 player. And I think he had 2 of them from school stolen. I finally said, you're done. This is back in the days of Napster and LimeWire when we could get all the music we want. And I think it was beneficial that we had, even though it was free and they kind of consider it, stealing music or whatnot. Millennial generation had a wide array of music they could grow up and listen to. They weren't stuck with whatever mom's playing on the radio or whatever they could find on MTV, provided it was still playing videos. So it's like when my oldest took me to Seattle for an appointment, we're jamming in my car both ways and stuff from the 70s, stuff from the Rat Pack, 80s, 90s, you name it. It was fun. Because he's listening to stuff from the 70s and I'm not going, he actually paid attention to what I listened to. And what it's just Miss Dragon at yahoo.com. Yeah. Oh yeah, they went through the electronic phase. The techno phase. They went through that. Went through all my first printing, like Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden CDs. But at least they got played, other than just sitting in a rack doing nothing. No. Yeah, it's just hold on, I gotta get the cursor there. Let me know it's you, so I don't clear it out. Will it let me? Who knows if it's a link on this end? But yep, got it. What was it? Yeah, he was kind of laughing at the fact that my CDs went out the door with him when he would go to school. I remind him, if you're gonna laugh at me for technology, I'm the one who taught you to eat with a fork and spoon. So Yeah. Oh, awesome. Awesome. Do you have me on Facebook? Either way, that's awesome. I think I'm only gonna have one. I went and bought Fred Meyers had Peeps like on a stick. So I bought 5 of them for my granddaughter and the step grandkids and then one for my oldest because he likes to eat Peeps. The thought of eating Peeps makes my teeth hurt. It's just owie. Yeah. Let's see if that comes through. Get myself off a phone. Um, okay. Uh, shit. Oh yeah. So he likes Peeps. He's 36. I'm like going, oh, just no, I can't. Too much sugar. No. But at least he'll know his mother's thinking about him when he acts like he's about 12, all excited to get a whole little stick full of Peeps. Oh no. Those circus peanuts? Watch on them. The flavor has nothing to do with peanuts or the color the circus peanuts are made, and I forget what flavor they are. They're gross. I'll eat a whole container of Necco wafers before I eat those circus peanuts or Swedish fish. Just yeah. They're too I don't know, they just don't maybe it's my little tiny trickle of autism. It's just not a thing for me. But mm-mm. Now if you give me that lemon or that lime powder with salt that you get in the little Mexican grocery store, yeah, I'll eat that no problem all day long. Uh-huh. It was always exciting to get the chocolate ones. Got those. Hi, buddy. How are you, hun? You get the chocolate. Well, those were the exciting ones to get down to. The root beer or licorice wasn't a fan of, but I'd still eat it. Um, I was surprised to see them because years back I heard that the original person was gonna, the original company was gonna go out of business, and that's the same company who made the original original Valentine's Day hearts. And let's see. Oh, she's so cute. Can I show this? Can I show this sunrise? This is so cute. Oh my God, those cheeks. I just want to get a hold of those cheeks. And yeah, yeah. And I, okay. Her little granddaughter is adorable. What was I watching? No, all right. See if it'll behave. Look at those cheeks. That is one happy child. That is one extremely happy child. I didn't get pictures of my grandnephew. I kicked myself. Oh, she's adorable. And the hair, the amount of hair. My youngest, well, granddaughter had hair. My youngest, balder than a cue ball for the first 6 months. It didn't help that he was a towhead. Now he has dark hair like the color I used to have. Oh, I know. As I watching, I don't blame you. I was watching, it was the last roadworthy rescue. Just not thrilled. Motor Trend got bought out, and then whoever bought them out canceled Motor Trend. So no more pitch and rides, no more roadworthy rescues, roadkill. Lucky's Garage, none of that. I liked watching it. I'm watching The Last Roadworthy Rescue. And Derek Bury. I was watching him. I looked and I said, I was wondering what he would look like without a beard. He does Vice Grip Garage here. Oh, my granddaughter, once she's done with FaceTime, she knows whether we're done with FaceTime or not. She knows to hit the screen and hit the red button. She's done. We'll be in the middle of a sentence and all of a sudden it's like, she's gone. Okay. She's done. But I'm looking at him and I'm like going, I wonder what he looks like without a beard. And then I'm thinking, he probably grows the beard the same range as my youngest does. Big cheeks. To kind of hide them so they don't look so like they're 12. Because my son, without his beard, he looks like he's a little teenager. They know. They know when they're finished. Yeah, I mean, it's just it cracks me up. The kid could grow a beard in full beard in 8th grade. And once he could do that, it was like, yep, we'd threaten him in restaurants because we'd tell him, you don't behave, you just keep squirreling, we're gonna let the waitress pinch your cheeks. Oh, he'd sit still, because for a couple of years before that, we'd go, every the girls would want to pinch his cheeks, and so now it was a threat. You don't sit down, I'll let her pinch your cheeks. And he's like, no. It was so funny. That poor kid. I mean, he's 33 now, but that was funny because he'd be the kid. It's a McDonald's now, but it used to be a Bob's Big Boy in Yakima on First and Yakima Avenue, and he'd be the kid that would be pounding, looking, standing up, and it just drove me bananas. Standing up, pounding on the glass, to the people behind us. Finally took him, and Black Angus doesn't exist anymore. But Black Angus, we found they had these kind of seats. They were the rounded, like a bucket thing, and tall. You couldn't see in it, or unless you're that small opening where the waitress comes in or you come in to sit down. We started taking him to eat there because he could stand up, and he's ADD. He could stand up, walk in between us, no problems. Nobody could see him. So going out to dinner became a little expensive, but if you wanted to have a reprieve from telling him, just sit down, please, would you turn around and sit down? So, yep. For a bit of time, I thought Yakima Steakhouse had bought that building, but evidently they didn't, and I don't know if that building's still running or not. Now, Natchez, 4 miles or so for me, 5 miles, they're getting a Yakima Steakhouse, I guess, in the old, not that it was a church before this, but then before it was the Ranger Station. They split the Ranger Station building in 2. So I don't know what's going to be there. But, yep. So taking the granddaughter, she's never given us any problems, going out to eat. She's always been, really well behaved, Nana, Papa, we're going to dinner. I started taking her to eat in a restaurant when she was tiny. Her mother is not a fan of taking, small children like her to dinner. Can't say that I blame her. Because they were at Yakima Steakhouse. They were trying to get her to eat something. She didn't want to. She took the fork with food on it and flung it right into a lady's purse at another table. And I was like, oh. It's a good thing I wasn't there, because I would have had to walk away and go laugh someplace else, so she couldn't see the fact that I thought it was hilarious what she just. Yes, she misbehaved, but the odds of landing that fork with food in it in someone else's purse. And I had to tell the gal, excuse me, my daughter's silverware in your purse. So I wish I could have seen that, or at least one of them recorded, but mom was kind of beside herself. Can't say that I blame her, but when you're a grandparent, that shit's funny. When you're a parent, not so much. But, but so yeah, it took me a good half hour to figure out how I'm gonna get some sort of exercise in, and then fought with the TV trying to get AirPlay on the Roku to work. Good Lord, that Dance Bit app kicks my butt. I get 30 minutes in, and it's just like, holy shit. But you don't use those muscles on the Ring Fit, so you don't Dance Fit. But I was like, oh geez. So everything today is behind. I did everything I should have done. Oh, that's awesome. I accidentally deleted my granddaughter doing the ABCs in here. I didn't label it. So it was just a recording number. So when I went to clear out whatever this app is on my Mac called Easy Audio Recorder Lite. So when I cleared all that out, I cleared out her ABCs. Oh, I do too. I haven't been there in ages. I remember it was always so dark in there. I miss, especially now that it's getting warmer, the fact that Gold Creek is closed. Okay, that's hopefully everything goes well, because we had the plumbing thing yesterday. I gotta clean that up. Oh, I miss them when they're tiny, but I don't. I'm diaper free. She's no more diapers. I just gotta teach her to pee in the forest. I mean, she'll pee in a honey pot. We were at a state park on the other side of the mountains, and no problem. She peed in the, which is amazing. I've seen enough X-Files. I'm really not, but I would rather pee in the forest than I would pee in a honey pot. So, oh God. I wish I could have more, but I know his side's not gonna have any more. Mama said tie my tube. She was 35, 4 kids. She's like, tie my tubes. Can't blame her. She had one when she's 14. Fought like hell to be able to keep him because the state wanted him to take him away. She had to emancipate herself from her mother so she could keep her son. And I have to remind her son, your mom fought like hell to keep you. Your ass needs a goddamn job. You're at the age now, you're costing her money. But my son cracked me up. He's like, I can understand having 4 kids on accident. He goes, but on purpose? Says, that's insanity. I'm like, well, you should have talked to your grandma McDaniels. You would have found out how it went. She had 6. He's like, oh. So, yeah, it's so much fun. It's like not this last weekend, but the weekend before last. Yeah, she gets here. Let's go to the mountains. Let's wait till some snow is gone first, okay? She's ready to go now. So that's one thing. I got the what's pittance of income tax back. I have to go down and get a Discover Pass and a interagency pass. And that way, wherever she wants to go, it won't be, oh no, I have to get this, I have to get that. And I'm a few more years from getting the lifelong interagency pass. You pay, I think, $80 for the rest of your life, and you can get a Rainier for the rest of your life. So, Oh, yeah, that's how my in-laws didn't get to see even though we lived an hour away. They were so busy between I know that. Yeah, and well, she's your guy. Those keep going. I remember Dr. N- Breen. Yeah, Mr. Breen, I don't think he was a doctor. He's our college psychology teacher, Mr. Breen, and he said the guy his hero he looks up to is still enjoying certain moments of life, even though he's in his 90s. Says that's his goal. He's a different teacher. He was a different teacher, but it was a fun class. But yeah, just remember, don't throw any rocks at the schoolyard when you go by because you never know. I mean, hell, my dad didn't know. My birth father didn't know I existed till I was 35. So, I mean, surprises happen. And I think the last time I talked to them, 20 years ago or so, I got to talk to the dog. They put the dog on the phone because uh, I don't know what the mine did to the system. That he been a lifelong miner, and I was the first child. My sister was the second child, and then none happened after that. So they got a dog that I got to talk to on the phone. It's like, oh my god. Yeah. Oh god, I gotta tell you guys this. This just cracked me up. So hubby and my youngest work together, and there's a guy at their work. There's a guy at their work, Southwest native, older, and my youngest will ask, how's I don't even remember his name, so and so doing, and Keith's like, he's okay. I get, I don't talk to him a lot, but he seems to be doing okay. And then hubby goes, kind of looked at him the other day, and he goes, no wonder why Steve kind of has questions how this guy's doing, make sure he's doing okay. Because he looks like his mother. I'm like, excuse me? He's like, no, he does look similar to you. Well, we're both Southwest native. He doesn't know what tribe he is. And I'm like, I'm still kind of laughing, going, okay, so he sees a similarity to an older guy and his mother. Like, it's kind of sweet, but strange at the same time. I don't know what this dude looks like, so I haven't a clue. But I know I've got one tribe member here that lives up the canyon. We call him Crazy Ed. Uh, no front teeth. Uh, I don't know if he stopped drinking yet or not, but he's the epitome of, said lightly, the drunken stereotype. So, I mean, I realized I was talking to him, and I told him I'd found out I was native and what tribe I'm from, and he let me know he's from the same tribe. And I was just like, I remember walking out going, great. The only person I will probably ever meet from my tribe, and it's that one. So, yeah, he told me one time, I'm not sure why he felt the need to tell me this about being in jail. And um, he goes, I wouldn't have to be in jail if I just stuck with the first guy because I killed him in self-defense. He goes, I went to jail because I went after the second guy who tried too, and he killed the second guy. And I'm like, why am I hearing this in a grocery store? I have one of those faces that everybody just seems to think, oh, tell them everything. And I remember standing there, or for a while there, when I first quit working at a grocery store, I'd be at the local Fred Meyer's and older people would come up and ask me where stuff is. Like I work there. And I'm like, I don't work here, but you can find it over on aisle 35. You get about halfway down, and then you look right in the middle, you'll find it. Yeah, it's because I've been there enough times. I don't know. But yep, my tribe is here. It's my little menagerie, as I call everybody. I got to get that picture up of those. Let people know $20. I got 4 to get rid of. A, so the cat don't knock them down and break them. B, I want to get rid. I bought them for you guys to try out as merch, so they could. I still haven't figured out merch yet, but I will. Oh, that is horrible. It's not right. Mm. There's what did they call it? Jason Momoa wrote it, starred in it, and and it was about the sisters, how things will happen to them, and cops turn a blind eye. Federal people just ignore it. And I saw something about no more stolen sisters. So yeah, I watched that movie and then I going, well, there's not going to be a sequel, but okay. But yeah, it was to bring attention to the fact that how people in tribes tend to get ignored, or it's just dealt with right in there, and even if it's dealt with, sometimes it's still ignored. We had a person, this is years back, that got hit by a kid on the reservation and totaled his car, and he tried to do the paperwork and insurance and everything, and the local police said nothing happened. There's no charges because nothing happened. So but even going down 97, you see some of the dilapidated houses, and even if you go section 1, we got a huge reservation here, the Yakimas. A huge reservation. Man, granted, if they got lucky, they got put I'm sure a lot of people looked at and went, oh, this is just shit land. It's not nothing. It's not some of the fertile land in Washington State. It's take the daycare kids down and show them, okay, this is what wheat looks like when it grows. This is what asparagus looks like when it grows. These are your hops. These are spiny, fuzzy pine cones. Don't ever run through them. This is corn. Corn typically should be knee high by the 4th of July. Things that they don't learn in school anymore. I'm hoping soon they will. Because when my kids were in school out here, science was every day. Now it's like once time a week. Oh boy, yeah. Yeah, because most of the laws are different, on the because they're their own nation. So yeah, the laws are going to be different. My sister hit a couple people while drunk. I don't know whatever happened to her. Don't have any gumption to go look for her. Because the last time I did that's when I found out she killed 2 people, and then I'm like, yeah, backing out of that one because saying anything because she's got 4 kids and I don't want to have to deal with them. I mean, yeah, I'm not much of an ass at times because I wasn't raised with her. I don't know her. Those kids don't know me from jump. So that was another thing that the gentleman has. Man, that sucks that he had to go to jail. I mean, he did run over somebody, but still. Yeah. I don't know if my sister, she got 2 vehicular homicides, DUI, but I don't know with her health if she ever had to serve any time. I went to go find there's nothing on the follow-up on what happened. The only picture I had of her, aside from the one we took years and years ago, she was in the courtroom. But, yeah, I won't I never would well, after I got my ass in trouble in high school, I wouldn't drink and drive after that, but that was just in trouble by my parents. So, I won't. Though evidently uh, you can get a DUI, I guess, riding your bicycle intoxicated. Never been caught, but I remember years ago when we lived on the other side of town, and the local grocery store here was, you know, worth anything. If we needed something, if I'd been um, had a couple of beers out working out in the garden, I'd jump on the bike and go get it. And then someone said, "You know, you can get a DUI doing that." And I'm like, "Really? Oops. Okay. No more doing that anymore." But God, that bridge that goes over that creek ain't there anyway. Oof. Ouch. Ouch. That just, ow. Mm. I haven't been pulled over for nothing. My last speeding ticket was like 15 years ago. You I personally don't think you do, but I mean, you don't look I mean, you just look average. You don't look criminal. You don't look like someone they'd wanna pull over unless they're bored. I mean, I always figured my mother, "Oh, look, they've pulled over the Hispanics," 'cause she was Mexican. Pulled over the Hispanics, they're always picking on them. I'm like, "Really?" I said, "Usually I see middle income white people the ones that it gets pulled over because the county knows those guys will pay their ticket." Ooh, that didn't go over well at all. Mm-mm. I'm like, truth hurts. But last time I got pulled over, I was doing 35 and a 25. Right here in town. I had to call work and say I'll be there in a bit once the officer's done writing my ticket. And I didn't have my purse, didn't have my driver's license. I didn't have squat, and that asshole got me for not having insurance because I didn't have my purse. I didn't have anything with me. I just was late for work. I got in and drove. That was back in the days where you kept your insurance card in your wallet instead of just on your phone. I still prefer to have my insurance card printed out and in my glove box because there's no way in hell I'm going to hand a police officer my phone. This is my insurance. And no, because then they could sit there and go, oh, yeah, I see you were doing this, and this while you were driving. Mm-mm. Well, I mean, I guess I'd have to leave the house more often. You know? Um, we're granted, we're friends with the chief of police here, so it's usually just he just smile and wave as I'm going 30 and 25 if he's on duty because it wasn't him who pulled me over. It was some temporary cop we had for a little while that decided to pull me over. So I usually just I have a phone holder now, which sucks if you guys driven with me because A, it it has to attach to the column of my rearview mirror because my rearview mirror is like this thick, and any holder they have for it won't fit. It just did. I tried to put one on, and it took my mirror right off my glass. Luckily, the metal clip was still there, so I could put it back into place. But if before I did, I just shove it right in here, and if I'm on the phone, the microphone's right here. I can talk, look like I'm driving, and but I haven't even had a cop turn around. And I'm really surprised. All the times driving back and forth to the west side, my oldest, who was IT for the police department and everything, he goes, they usually don't do anything until it's over 10 miles an hour because it's not worth the ticket and the time. So I drive about 78. Habit, it's genetic. I drive fast. Mama drove fast. That's why she's in the box. So my oldest of my three biological brothers, drive fast. So I just chalk it up as being genetic. But I don't drive stupid fast unless I'm by myself. Yeah, I love Natchez Heights, just taking the curves. They're so much fun. But I got to be by myself because if I'm going fast enough that it's going to do some serious damage, it's just going to be me. I ain't going to take anybody else with me. But we have a law here, and I don't. Okay, obviously the no phone. They don't want you eating while you're driving. They don't want you putting on your makeup while you're driving. I don't think they want you, drinking, legal things while you're driving. And I guess one of the big complaints was, well, what about us coffee drinkers in the morning? Well, they're not going to stop people if you're drinking your coffee in the morning driving down the road. But I can see eating being a little tough. Is you pick up a burger at, not a McDonald's, say a local joint, Ron's Burger and Joint or Laredo, and they got all the little tinfoil paper around it. You have to work at it pretty good so you can take a bite and eat at the same time, or you're just staring at white paper and seeing nothing out your window. And I don't know what was it Instagram? I don't remember following them, but I keep seeing Ron's. There's what is it, ice cream and burger place. I've never been there. I think I was, well, okay, scratch that. Maybe as a little kid. But I keep getting these with this big ice cream pictures, and I'm like, really? I'm trying to lose weight, and I'm getting ice cream pictures. So, I was just upset this morning, the fact that I couldn't get sound on my TV because it just took my whole morning. Oh, yeah, there wouldn't really, I mean, it does stay in your bloodstream for, what is it, 30 days? But, hey, suspicious. I see you eyeballing everybody, seeing what's going on. Yeah, and I only do that for sleep at bedtime, so. But I'm gonna have to start telling my doctors that, yeah, I do that. I have some gummies because I didn't think about it when for my cardiac ablation. They're like, do you do this? Do you do this? Do you do any recreational drugs? No. And I got home and he goes, your gummies. I said, oh yeah. I don't. God dang it. I don't know. Well, evidently they're gonna change the guard on the unknown soldier. I'm like, I didn't think about it. I just take them for sleep. I don't take them for recreation. So, yeah. No, you can in court probably not, but when the person's sitting there one of the people I worked with, when this first started being legal here in Washington. He goes, I sat at a green light. He goes, I sat at the light, which is just a four-way red flashing light. He goes, for about 30 minutes waiting for it to turn green. I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, that would get you pulled over for doing that. So, oh no. Then you have to be nice and wave at him once you're done pounding your steering wheel. I try not to road rage. I mean, I don't chase anybody down. I don't yell at anybody, but as my kids when they were smaller, snowy day, freeway was white. Tootling along about 35, going, flat, smooth, just keep going, don't hit your brakes. This guy pulls out from a side road and goes 25 miles an hour. And we got home from Christmas shopping, and my oldest goes, Mom taught us new words today. And I'm like, oh. I got my full vocabulary because I had to hit my brakes in a Mercury Sable. So, yeah. No, it's good he has a sense of humor. I mean, bless me, Father, for I have raged. It has been 10 minutes since I've been on the expressway on the freeway. What did I notice? I think there's some expressways in Seattle still running, but the ones that went from like Issaquah to Seattle, I think, are now becoming an electric train system. It's like driving when we first went over for an appointment in Seattle, because I hadn't been into Seattle in years. I'm like, where's the expressways? We could usually just go right down the expressways. And it took me about 3 trips to realize, oh, what they're working on was the expressways. So, yeah. Oh, that had to be a tad bit embarrassing. I mean, I don't have a pastor. I used to go to the local Catholic church, and then they moved it and changed it. And the priest I actually enjoyed left. He's a priest that sit there and he did the homily. I'd be taking notes. And I spent enough time watching something the History Channel had on the Bible, and I'm like going, okay, so this matches this, and then pretty soon I learned too much, and I was like, yeah, I'm done with religion. We're good. I'm done with the church. So I call myself a retired Catholic. And driving. Oh boy, the farthest east I've been is Oklahoma. And I was 4. The only thing I remember is going out, and Dad said, I asked, what is this poofy white field out here? And he says, well, it's cotton. And of course, my obstinate ass, no, it's not. And so I pulled over. He pulled over, took me out, showed me that it's cotton, that this is what cotton that makes your clothes came from. And I remember that snowing in Mexico, because that's how we went to Mexico, and then coming back through the border and having a gun pulled on Dad. I can't remember what, because he'd buy stuff in Mexico and bring it to the States and sell it. So, man, I like driving an I-5 in the busy traffic. I think it's fun. But for me, it's a thrill because I don't get to do it a lot. I probably won't have to, depending on where my surgery is at the end of summer. So, because this one coming up here and, ooh, Jesus, on the 4th. it's just going to be a get my ass up at 5 o'clock in the morning, drive over and come back. But yeah, I like it. I think it's fun. But I have to go back for the follow up of my cardiac ablation, and most of the pain's gone, except for whatever they burned through here, whatever there did here, whenever that one deep one that's still left, it hurts a little rather than hurt. It just feels like my heart's just doing flip flops, but this burns where they put the 45 watts. Oh, God, I have no desire to go back. People are like, it's really neat. It's pretty. No thanks. Been there, done that. My nephew got, I don't know, they picked him out as one of these people that, oh, well, they'll pay a hefty bail to get him out of jail. He walked out of a bar and they put him in a jail down there. And my ex-sister-in-law had to go, and her husband had to go bail him out. And my nephew was like, I didn't do anything. I said, you're right. That's what you did. He's like, yeah, I have no reason to go back. No. Mm-mm. And with everything going on, I wouldn't fly anyway. If it's Boeing, I ain't going. I like the way Skizzle says that. If it's Boeing, and I'm sure he picked it up from somebody else. If it's Boeing, I ain't going. So, especially if it's Delta, not flying that one. Oh man! After this, I have to go put underneath the sink away. Something was stuck. I worked on it yesterday and worked on it. Nothing. Well, what was in the P-trap? Whatever. Thank you. I never remember that. Other than what my ending says, but most people don't last that long. But thank you, Sunrise. Was and I remember dropping it, going, oh shit. DS stylus in there. Hubby pulls it out and goes, so you missing something? I kind of acted like I didn't even know. Oh, that's odd. What's it doing in there? I knew I dropped it because I went on eBay and ordered another one. So that the old DS, if it ever goes to sell it, it's all complete. But whatever it was that was in there was way into the wall, but now I have to go put everything back underneath the sink and decide what I'm going to keep, what I'm going to throw away. I found purple lipstick in there. I put a little bit of it on, and then I was like going, well, it's not going to stick. It's going to, I don't have a purple liner, so all I do is bleed everywhere, and it just look like I have a bruise. So, yeah, I'm going to let people go. Sounds like I have to go email Mike and Cindy and get ready for it's Tuesday. Oh, crack me up. I get a text this morning. Did I forget to pay you? And I'm like, yeah, but you had way too much going on and I wasn't too worried about it. I'm like, I call it, it's kind of like I have a savings account. If I don't have it, I ain't going to spend it. So I said, I'm just going to add it to this month. It's no big deal because this month was so light for daycare. It was just, I only had both of them for a couple of days because he would either forget his key or come here because he knew he had no screen time at the house because he was in trouble for his grades. So, Taco Tuesday. I haven't even figured out what dinner is, but yes, I'm going to get going too. I'll be back tomorrow. All my love, Miss Dragon. And I shall catch you all on the flip side. Same bat time, same bat channel. Have a good evening, guys. Enjoy it.
Thank you for being part of Miss Dragon's menagerie. I hope you enjoyed your stay. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All my love, Miss Dragon.